Hello, Laura.
Hi, how are you?
Good, good. Am I the only one on?
No, you're not. I'm letting everybody in now. I was having, as usual, technical errors, so bear with me. Mama's getting a new laptop next week, and maybe then my things will work better. So
Perfect.
just letting people in the room, and I'm gonna close this door a little bit so that I don't look so Casper to go. Oh, we tried. All right. Hello, hello, hello. Hi, Donna. Hi, Teresa. Good to see you. All right. Just checking to make sure I didn't lose anybody. Um, let me got two people texting me. Thanks for being patient with me, y'all. All right. So we are talking today about attracting the clients that you want to work with by being authentically you. This is something I think I probably could talk about for 4 hours, but don't worry, y'all, I'll keep you about 40 minutes. But I think what we do as agents is we pretty much copy and mimic what we see around us, right? So like we're kind of taught like how to um basically how to present ourselves in this business by mimicking other people. We watch the high producers in our market, we watch other agents that catch our attention, and we think, okay, and so look at how we advertise ourselves. Everybody's business card has a picture of themselves on it, has a logo, it has their phone number, their email address. There's nothing unique or special. If I were to collect 1,000 cards from realtors, I guarantee you 900 of them all look the same. They all have either they're vertical or they're horizontal. They have a square for the picture, and then they have the contact information, right? Okay, look at how we advertise ourselves in magazines or online, like even in our profiles. Everybody's profile looks the exact same way, right? Sometimes I have to struggle to even see where does this agent live? I don't even know because when I click on their profile and I look at their information, it doesn't even say that they're a realtor. I have no idea what state they're in. I have no idea what cities they serve. So speaking of which, I would highly recommend that you all go in and create a post on Facebook that is an introduction of yourself. Hi, my name is Donna Beza with Epique Realty. I wanted to introduce myself. I'm a full-time realtor. This is who I specialize in. This is the area that I serve. This is what I like to do in my free time. I've got X number of kids. I also like line dancing or salsa dance, whatever the things are, right? That talk about you. And then I want you to pin that post on your profile. You guys know how to pin a post? When you go to post it, you go up to the dots and you say pin this post. And that means anytime someone searches for you, guess what post they see first? Not the last thing you posted about your tacos at the taco shop or the pizza you ate. It's the one you pinned at the top that tells them everything you want them to know about you, right? And if you have a one sheet that you've created to promote your business, make that a part of your post, right? Put the graphic up there with your introduction and then pin that post to the top. So that when anybody looks for you, you get to introduce yourself how you want to be introduced, not the last post that you made on Facebook. Does that make sense? That's golden nugget right there. That's worth $100. I'll send you all an invoice later. I'm just kidding. Teresa said no, thank you. I'm just kidding. But I saw that on some other agent's page recently that I thought, you know what? This is brilliant. Why didn't I think of that? So I'm not going to take credit for it, but I just want you to know that I thought it was actually a really smart way that I don't want people to formulate their opinion on me based on the last post that I posted. I really want my first impression to be controlled by me, and I want to control what they see. So you create the post of this is me in my introduction. Here's what I want you to know about me and my business. And then pin that so that when someone searches for you, that's what they see. Okay. But what I was getting at is that I think we all kind of promote ourselves kind of similarly in the same way. Most realtors have a typical look about them. I have coached agents over the years that they have been at other brokerages. Like, for example, one of my companies that I used to own in Franklin, Tennessee, I had about 75 agents working for me. And I remember recruiting this guy who had come from a Weichert office. And that broker told him he was brand new to real estate, just got his license. And the broker told him, "We would love to have you, but unfortunately, you're going to need to shave your beard in order to be successful in this business." And that's what the broker told him. And he came to me and said, "This guy told me I need to shave my beard. I've been growing this thing for however long he had been growing it." And I told him, absolutely not. What I teach people is to find your lane that is the difference. What different are you than somebody else? Right. And what we did is we took his beard, we made it part of his brand. He became the bearded agent. He has hats with the bearded agent outline on it. He's got his social profile all say the bearded agent. He has t-shirts with his face on it, with a big long beard on it. His cards are like die cut that are in the shape of a beard. I mean, he took it and ran with it and used that in his branding. And I'm not saying that we all have that kind of thing that we can attach to ourselves, but my point is that if you feel like you have to cover up your tattoos, if you have to change the color of your hair, if you have to dress a certain way because we all watch TV and Selling Sunset is on and all these other stupid shows, the million dollar real estate agent, which I have respect for the agents, but they break and violate the code of ethics every day, so that irritates me. But if you think that that's what you have to look like to be a realtor, I'm here to tell you that's not true. What I want you to do is lean into who you actually are. Show up as yourself. Be authentically you, meaning let people behind the curtain. Let them see how you tick, how you think, how you operate. Let them learn things about you that are not normally given in the way we advertise ourselves as agents, right? Like let them know the kind of things that you're interested in, what your hobbies are, what your passions are. Let them know what you do in your free time when you're not at work. Because people relate to normalcy, they relate to things that they're interested in. And the more you are honest with people in the public eye about what you're like, the more you're going to attract the people who agree with that and want to be around that, right? I will tell you, and I know this doesn't apply to y'all on this call, but I just want to give you some context. Is like, I've been in this business 25 years. I started my career in Hampton Roads, Virginia, which is a large metropolitan area in Virginia that is about 7 cities total, with populations in the million in each city. So if you combined all that area together, you're talking about a 10 to 12 million people in that whole area. So it's a very large, um, busy city, big city, right? I started at a company, I'm a second generation realtor. My son is a third generation realtor. My mom worked at an office where every agent in her office was a multi-million dollar producer and had been in the business for 12 or 15 years. So when I was 19 and got a license, I was having to compete with people who were selling so much real estate around me and who were experienced. And here I was, a 19-year-old kid, trying to get people to convince them to trust me, right? And so I learned how to do things their way because I figured if I'm going to be successful like them, let me copy and mimic and imitate them because clearly they have had success. And so I did all the things that they did. I had my little rectangular card with my picture on it. I had my picture on the sign. I had flyers out on all my signs. And the way I did open houses was exactly how they all did. The way I advertised in the newspaper was exactly how they did. What I found was that when we are all exactly alike, none of us are getting seen, right? Nobody's paying attention to that. So when we see things in our world today that go viral, or things that get a lot of attention, or a TikTok or a reel that you're like, man, look how many views this person got. And I'm going to take the example that's not real pretty, but the example of like somebody that's got like one tooth in their mouth, their name is Jedediah, who knows where they live in the woods, and they have 798,000 views on this one TikTok where they're just like playing a tin can guitar or something. I don't really know, but my point is something so abstract. But it got that many views because it was something that was different. It's not the same thing. right? And it didn't really matter to that person what they looked like. They're like, oh, people will watch this, right? It's like a train wreck. You can't stop, like, or a car accident. You can't not look at. But my point is to you is that I spent probably 20 years of my career, if not like 15 for sure, trying to be like everybody else. I also hid a part of who I am from the world because I thought it would hurt me in my business. I denied the most important people in my life to me to appease strangers. And that's what we do in business a lot of times because we feel like we don't want to miss out on opportunities, right? If people see the real me, will they like me? If people know who I am, right? If they don't agree with that, will that cost me, right? And I'm here to tell you that if it does, those aren't your damn people anyway. They're not the right ones for you. If you have to put who you are aside to appease somebody else in business, I'm going to tell you, you're going to be miserable. You're going to be the one that's hurt, not them because they don't care, right? And my extreme is a little, my example is a little extreme, obviously. I was embarrassed to tell people that I had a wife. I was embarrassed to tell people that I was LGBTQ and that might hurt my business because I lived in a very conservative area, very political. I grew up in a very political family. I was not my authentic self, right? And my example is extreme, but it can boil down to as simple as what your hobbies are, or your political affiliation, or what you do on your spare time, or you know, how you raise your children, or it can be all kinds of things, but it's personal to you. And I want you to lean in on who you are because when you are your authentic self and you attract people that are attracted to your authentic self, you're going to enjoy your clients better. You're going to enjoy yourself better. You're not going to be in turmoil of, well, I can't be who I really am around these people because that might cost me business. That is exhausting. I'll tell you from experience. It's not fun, right? And I have been in many positions in my career where we weren't politically aligned with each other, and I can still do business with you. I can still be your friend. I can still come over for dinner. I can still show up at your kid's graduation or go to your wedding or whatever that is. But I have had people in my car that have offended me so greatly that I went home and cried. That I didn't stand up for myself in the moment because I was afraid of what kind of business I would lose because I needed the check. I needed the money. But I just want you to know that when you compromise yourself, whether that is your own internal personal values and belief system, you're not authentically you anyway. And so what you're attracting people to is fake. It's not real. It's not authentic. It's not genuine. And people know that. They can feel it. But you're the one that's going to cost yourself more. And I promise you, it's going to be more than a paycheck. Because when I leaned into who I am, when I was unafraid of sharing who I am with people, and whether it's LGBTQ or not, it doesn't matter to me. When you are yourself and you are authentically you with other people, your connections with people are deeper, right? I don't have to like make something up about why I can't come over to dinner with my spouse. I don't have to like, you know, play damage control all the time. And when I am relaxed, I can be myself and I can actually serve you better when I'm not on guard all the time. And so your guard needs to come down yourself and let people behind the walls to see, what do you want people to know about you? What makes you special and unique? What is your special sauce that is different than everybody else's? Because though that is where you're going to find your people. That's how you're going to attract the people who also love that about you. But you're trying to hide that about you because you feel like that costs you business. And I'm here to tell you it's the opposite. It's not going to cost you business. It's actually going to help you gain more business by sticking out. I'm not telling you you have to go learn TikTok dances. You don't have to make these parody songs, while you're showing houses like some agents do. You don't have to you don't even have to have a following of 200,000 people or something like that. I just want you to be your authentic self. And that means if you are tatted up everywhere and your hair is blue, or you clog on the weekends for competition, or you're a I have a friend that's a clogger, so you never know. If you I don't care what it is about you that makes you special and unique. Let's say you are very devout in your spirituality and your faith, and you don't want to not talk about it anymore with your clients. You want to shout it from the rooftops because it's important to you, right? I don't care what the example is. I want you to find what is you. What makes you tick? What makes you get out of bed in the morning? What fills your soul in terms of helping other people? Do you want to help people that are like you? Do you want to help people who like you, who that actually are attracted to you? That not in the way they want to sleep with you. I just mean, are they attracted to you in the way that they flock to you? They want to be around you. They want to spend time with you, right? When you are your authentic self, the people that are for you are going to gravitate towards you because they feel safe with you. They feel comfortable with you. And I'm here to tell you too, the people that we are helping and working with, they want to be seen as themselves, accepted exactly how they come to you, right? They don't want to have to hide things about themselves either for fear that their agent might judge them. And I don't mean to go back to the LGBTQ example again, but I was at a Pride event last weekend, and a woman walked up to me. She was probably in her late 30s, early 40s. She had been looking for a house for a while in this small little mountain town in North Carolina. And she almost had tears in her eyes saying, I didn't even know that there were agents out there like this that could help me. I've had to explain why I was worried about my safety to 4 or 5 different agents over the last 6 months, and it's becoming exhausting. And no one should have to worry about their safety in a way that they don't feel comfortable telling their agent why they feel unsafe and why they want to be able to confide in their agent what their fears are. That fear could be anything. It doesn't have to be race or religion or their lifestyle or sexuality or anything like that. It can simply be, we aren't like your typical clients. Like, we're not the typical people that you see buying houses in this price range or in this age or whatever it is, because they show up exactly how they are. And we need to show up and meet them exactly how we are too. We need to let them know that we are a safe place to land, and that don't worry, you're safe with me because here's my values and morals and beliefs. And I know you probably share the same ones, right? If you are kind to people, period, and you are your authentic self, you're going to attract those people who feel safe with you. But when you hide things about yourself or you feel like you have to fit in to be successful in this business, you're actually going to just blend in. I don't want to blend in. I want to stick out, but not stick out for bad reasons. I want to stick out because I'm me. I want to stick out because I don't want to do it like everybody else does it. Because how everyone else does it does not feel authentic to me. That's not how I want to show up. I know agents who are tatted from head to toe, who have purple hair, who have piercings in their face, who sell $40 million a year in real estate. There's not a question about their people trusting them because it's about the relationship they have with them, right? It doesn't matter that they look a little different than every other agent that sells $50 million. They found their lane and they found their people found them, right? So I am here today to encourage you to really dig deep to figure out, who am I? What are my morals and my beliefs and values that I really care about deeply that I want to protect? How can I show up authentically as myself without compromising my morals and values and beliefs? And how can I project my authentic self to my audience so that they know that I'm a safe place to land? That what you see is what you get with me, right? When you ask me to show up for an appointment to show you a house, what you've seen online matches exactly who I show up as. I don't put on one face to get you to call me, and then when I show up, I'm a hot mess express. right? Do you know some of those? I know some of those, right? What you see with me is what you get. And the only way that people are going to feel safe with that is if you show up as your authentic self. Make mistakes on your video. Say how you really feel about something if it's important to you. Take a stand. I love the line from Hamilton. If you don't know anything about me, I'm a musical junkie, a theater nerd. I never was in the theater, but I definitely love musicals. And Hamilton is one of my favorite musicals ever written. And one of my favorite lines is, if you stand for nothing, what will you fall for? You'll fall for everything, right? And your clients want to know what you stand for. They want to know that they can identify with you, that you're normal, that you're human, right? So when you make a mistake on a video, you know what it looks like to you in your mind? It looks unprofessional. I should have paid a crew to edit this. I should have hired a camera crew to make this look more professional. It should have been like really top quality commercial grade video. And what it actually says to your consumer that's watching is, oh my gosh, that's, like, she's human. They don't care that you skipped over a word or you stumbled over your word. That's not what they're focusing on, right? They're focusing on your overall presence and, can I trust you? Do you seem knowledgeable? Are you competent? Are you confident? Right? What can you do to help me? They don't give a shit that you skipped over two words or you stumbled over some words. They care who you are. If I'm trusting this person to help me with the largest purchase I'm probably ever going to make in my life, or one of the most stressful things that I could go through, selling my family home, they want to know that the person that they've hired is someone that they like, respect, and trust. You cannot respect somebody who's fake as hell. You cannot trust somebody who shows up differently than how they presented themselves to you. That's a bait and switch, right? And they can't really know if they're truly going to like you unless you show up as you. So I want you guys to think about for yourselves, what are my values, beliefs, and morals? What is important to me? How do I want to show up for the world? Like, how do I want to present myself in my business that is going to connect the people who are for me? It may not be something that defines you, like your interest or something. It might be one of your morals or values that you lead with. It doesn't have to be something that describes you. It can be something that you believe in. That's why typically I teach an explanation of services that starts with a belief statement. Instead of saying what you do when someone approaches you at a party and says, what do you do for a living? I know you guys all say I'm realtors, and then you watch them scatter like cockroaches, right? But that's not what I teach. What I teach is when someone asks you what you do, you actually say, I believe that, and you tell them what you do in your belief statement. So, for example, for me, when I was a broker and owned my own company, my explanation of services was that I believe all agents deserve to have a brokerage that supports them and mentors them and trains them and cares about them as a human, not as a paycheck or a number. I didn't tell you anything that's like earth-shattering or mind-blowing. But what I told you is something that I believe that's important to me. And if you believe the same thing that I believe, what's stopping us from working together? A belief statement can be something that unifies people very, very easily, more so sometimes than things that you enjoy. Hobbies don't necessarily, unite people sometimes unless they're really passionate about those hobbies, right? But I want you to think about, is there anything that and I'm not going to ask what is, but is there anything that you're hiding from people because you're afraid to be your authentic self? Is there anything that you keep buried within you because you're afraid that it might affect your business? And that could be as simple as how you talk to people. It could be how you look. It could be something you think, something you believe, or how you show up. Do you show up differently than who you truly are? Because who you truly are is what you need to lean into, because that's where you're going to find your people. Does all that make sense? I feel like I'm on a soapbox, but I'm just trying to encourage you that the more authentic you can be and the more self-aware about what makes you different than other agents. If I if I asked you to come to my house on a listing appointment, the very first question I'm going to ask you is what makes you different than other agents? Do you have a prepared response to that? Do you know how to respond to that? And can you do that with professionalism that allows you to talk about your differences without disparaging other agents? Because if you have to put down another company or another agent to make yourself sound good, you've already lost with me, right? That compromises your ethics and your morality. So what makes you different and unique? What makes you different than other agents? You need to have a prepared response for that. Is there anybody that can answer that question right now? She said, please don't call on me. That's what Teresa's face just said. She said, please don't call my name and ask me to answer it. Yes. You're muted, baby.
No, I mean, I know what makes me unique. I think I'm still dealing with that, like what we talked about before, the confidence part of it. I mean, you're gonna like me for me and what I give to you.
Sure.
Now, I may not be great at expressing it that way, but I'm hoping, as you connect through the conversations, that they'll feel like I would do open houses here and there, and everybody goes, I can tell you're really genuine. So
Yeah.
hell fuck, I don't know what I'm doing. Sorry, I curse. So there
You're
you go.
being
You just
yourself.
saw me.
No, you're
Right?
being yourself. That's why
Right.
people say that, because you
Okay.
are warm and genuine,
Well,
right?
right. That's that teacher in me. I want you
Yes.
to succeed through helping you through this transaction type
Right.
thing. So, okay, well, good. Well, shit, I'm doing it. Thank
No,
God.
you're doing it great. Don't worry. What'd she say? Fuck what? What was the word she
Oh
used? Like a
no, my husband will
combination.
correct.
I loved it. It was a combination of two of my favorite words, so it's fine.
Yeah, me too. My
My
husband doesn't
point
get
is
that
that
but.
my point is that, when you are promoting your business, are you promoting yourself how you truly are? Do people know what your personality is like just by
Yes.
looking at how you promote yourself?
Yes.
Right?
Listen, I have too much on my plate. I don't have time to fake who I am. Goodness,
Well,
I'm
I love that about
exhausted.
you. I love that about you, but I will tell you, if I did a social media audit of 100 agents, I
Oh,
would
you're
tell you
correct.
75 of them, I wouldn't be able to tell you one thing about their personality. I wouldn't be able to tell you one thing about how they operate. I would not be able to tell you one thing about their outside life, if they have kids, if they have dogs, if they blog, if they go to, if they're a singer part-time, whatever the things are, because they don't let people see that part of them. They have a business page or they have a personal profile that is all business, and you have no way of knowing anything about them. Well, I want you to think about, when you're scrolling looking for an agent, aren't you digging a little deeper to see if you guys have anything in common? If you have anything of interest together, if you like them as a person before you ever pick up the phone and call them? I am. So are they.
Yep.
So, question.
Yeah.
Should it just be on I'm I think I pretty much put stuff on my private page, right?
Right.
But my business page is all business.
So I get this question a lot, and I think I know where you're going. And so correct me if I'm wrong, but people will ask me all the time, well, I don't really like to mix my personal and my business. And so my business page is all business and my personal is personal. And I don't mix the two. Okay. And I get the question a lot, like, should I? My personal opinion, and I may have a different opinion than a lot of coaches, but I will tell you personally, people do business with people that they know, they like, trust, and respect. And I add the respect on there because that's something that a lot of people don't add. But in order for me to respect you, I have to know something about you, right? I don't respect you just because you sold $50 million in real estate. That's not how respect works in our world today.
Yeah.
Right? They tell you you have to earn respect. And the way that I earn respect is by showing you who I am, right? I show you how I advocate for others. I show you my volunteer work in the community. I show you what my passion projects are, the things that I try to help people in my community with. That garners more respect for me than any sale that I could have done.
So
Right?
that's cool. So I should not hesitate to share on my public page what I put on my private page.
My question that I always ask people, first of all, is how many people do you have following your business page versus your personal page? And most
Zilch, but I have 1.3 on my personal page.
exactly, and that is my point. So
Okay.
why are you wasting time on a business page when that's not, you don't even have an audience there,
Okay.
right? So
Mhm.
in my opinion, your personal face, and in the beginning when Facebook first came out, they did not want business and personal. This was not supposed to be a business platform. It was a social platform, right?
Mhm.
Then they realized they could make money off of it. And so then they started selling business pages and allowing you to advertise. And you had to have a business page in order to run sponsored ads on Facebook. You still do, right?
Mhm.
But most people are not on Facebook to be sold anything.
Right.
That's not why we're there, right? And I'm just using Facebook as an example. The same thing with Instagram. Most of these social media platforms are not, people don't want to be sold, right? But the one thing you can do differently is sell them on you
Mhm.
and let them get to know you. Build relationships with people. Let them behind the curtain to see how you operate, what you think, what you believe, what you value. And I know it's hard. You know why it's hard for you, Donna? Because we all have a fear of rejection,
Mhm.
right? We want to protect ourselves because we don't want to open ourselves up to criticism. We care so much about what other people think that we don't even know how we like our own eggs, because you might not like your eggs how I like my eggs, right? So I want to make you happy. I'll just eat them however you cook them. No, how do you like your freaking eggs? Runaway Bride, if anybody's watched that movie, that's simple.
So funny.
But it is so scared about what people might think of us if we show them who we really are. Like, is that going to cost me business? And I'm going to tell you it's not. You cannot be afraid to be who you are. You can't change who you are. You can change how you think or believe, but who you are as a person is already predetermined. Who you are with all of those genes that you have from your mother and your father is exactly who you are. The environment in which shaped you is who you are. Your perspective on your beliefs, your morals, and values have to do with who you've been exposed to and how you've been exposed. But it is what makes you you. You can't be anybody else. You can try, but you can only maintain that for so long.
So you can do you know, like a day, like you could make a day like how like people say Taco Tuesday. You can do something like on your Facebook page and go
Things you
Friday,
don't know about me.
things you don't know about me Friday.
Correct.
Right.
I don't
Okay.
care what day it is, but my point is I want you on your personal pages to start letting people in behind the curtain, to start letting people see who you truly are. Because you know what, Donna? There are people out there that don't even know you exist,
Mm.
right? They
Yeah.
don't know you exist because we don't get ourselves in front of enough people, period, right? And then the ones we put ourselves in front of, are we showing up as us? Are we showing up as a version of ourselves that we think is palatable to them, what they can take of me, right? But I want you to know, when you show up 100% authentically you, who you are, how God made you, with all the skills and talents and abilities that you have been created with and that you have developed over time, you are going to make magic. You are going to have magical relationships with people who trust you, who have their guards let down because they don't have to worry about being accepted by you either, right? Because you show up authentically as yourself with all the comfort and confidence of this is me. Now, I can't build the confidence for you overnight. I'm working on it, Donna. You're a tough cookie. But
I
I'm
am.
working on it with a lot of us. It's not just you, Donna. I'm calling you out, but I'm just saying it's not just you. I can't give people the confidence that they need to be successful in this business, but I can help you build it. And that takes building blocks one at a time. And I'm telling you right now that when you are confident, what happens, Teresa?
You
People
become
believe
competent.
you to be competent, right?
Right.
They believe you to be competent if you're confident. I could tell you 10 lies, but if I say it confidently, you believe them,
Yeah, it's
right?
happening
I'm not
currently.
telling you to lie. I'm telling you that there's a correlation between confidence and competence.
Mm-hmm.
And when you show up as the person that you were designed to be, the person that you are comfortable with, and that's the problem, is most of us don't like ourselves enough to be that.
What if you're boring? That's my problem. I'm bored. I'm a boring person.
You don't look
See,
like a
what
boring
you think
person to
is
me at
boring,
all.
No,
No.
I truly am. I am
what makes
boring.
you think you're boring? Let's
I
dive
don't
into
go.
that.
I'm very comfortable staying home. I don't have to have
So
social
are a lot of people.
interactions,
It costs
right?
$100 to cross the threshold of my door right now to go anywhere. So I like staying home. So do most people right now because they can't afford it, right?
Right,
But there
right,
are lots of people
exactly.
that they're so busy during the day, and then their weekends are filled with kids' activities or all
Nope,
kinds of crap. I know, but I'm just saying like that so that they want to go to their sanctuary. Remember, your home is your sanctuary. It's where you can take your bra off and relax, let your hair
exactly.
down, right? And I
Right.
promise you, since COVID, like people wanted to get out a little bit, but now they're right back in their house because it's too expensive to breathe out there, right?
Right.
Yep.
And so I think if you think you're boring, you're wrong. That you actually probably are a lot like most people. There's a lot of people that stay in that don't go out on the weekends. They do projects around their house or they read books at home. I mean, I know a lot of people that build puzzles at home and do all kinds of arts and crafty stuff like that. They don't go running the streets to go salsa dance till 2 or 3 in the morning,
I
right?
wish I could. So, Teresa, what do you like to do in your house? What do you like to do on your free time?
Um, Basically, I'm researching really. I'm an information person. That's probably my problem
Right.
because I'm trying to get confident so then I can have
Nope.
that confidence. So, I mean, that really struck home when you said that by any means. I
Yeah.
love sports. I will sit down and watch college football. I love football. I love soccer, all of that. So,
You have tons of things to talk about,
Yeah.
like sports. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I mean,
So
you're a researcher. What are
yeah.
you researching? Did you know that fungus grows on your eyebrow? I mean, I'm just bullshit, but I'm just saying, like I'm good. See, Laura, I'm really good for other people. You
I
see,
see that, Donna.
Donna,
Yeah,
I
but
think
look
I
at
have the
Donna.
same problem. I'm like right there with you.
I do think though, Teresa, what I'm going to ask you is that,
Yes.
okay, when's the last time that you posted something sports related to promote yourself or on your social media?
Probably last week,
Okay,
but I didn't really, I mean, it was just me talking,
right.
just a post.
So what I'm getting at is on your post that you pin to your
Hmm.
profile, maybe in your post you tell them, I'm a fact finder. I'm a spreadsheet nerd. I'm a data
Oh yeah, I
analyst.
like
Like
data.
I
Oh yeah.
love if you get jazzed over spreadsheets, then I'm for you, right?
Okay.
I
Okay.
want you to include things like this. Like if I don't know you at all, I don't know anything about your personality. I don't know anything about what you like, how you tick. Those things tell me what kind of person you are. It tells me you're very fact finder, you're driven. Like, and if I'm analytical, I want someone like you, right?
Yes.
But do
Yeah,
I
that's
have to call you and look at 15 houses to find that out about you?
hell, I hope not. We
Well, that's
we
my
can do
point.
that a lot less than 15 houses.
I don't want people to have to dig for
Please no.
information about you is what I'm getting at. Is I want
Right.
you to put it front and center. I want people to learn things about you without having to call you. I want
Okay.
people to learn what makes you tick so that they can decide for themselves, is this my person? Right?
Okay.
I want you to talk about the things that give you joy. Like, hey, I like building puzzles. I'm a dork. You know what the problem is? You don't put that stuff out because you're afraid people will think things about you. Okay,
Oh
I
no,
don't
I don't
care.
care what you think about
I
me.
know you don't.
Yeah,
But
me
I'm not
personally, I don't
talking
give
to
a
you
shit
when
what
I
you think
say
about.
that. I'm just
Okay,
saying
sorry. I thought you were
we,
asking me.
no, I'm just saying we as a group, as humans,
You like
worry
me or you
about
don't, and it's your
worry
loss if
about the
you don't.
judgment that we get. If I tell you I'm into something, let's say I collect Shirley Temple DVDs. That's my
Okay.
hobby because I love Shirley Temple, right? I love Shirley Temple DVDs. Like it's something stupid about me, but I might not ever talk about that to somebody. But if that was really important to me and I spent a lot of time watching them or collecting them or looking for them, that's something I want to share with people because it tells them that I valued that era or her as an actress or it's something I care about, right? And I use that as an example, but whatever the thing is that is for you is also going to resonate with the people that are for you, right? Because if you are here's the reason I tell you this. Wouldn't you rather screen people on the front end and
Yes.
know right up front that they're not your people
Oh
than to
yes.
invest all kinds of time, energy, and money into people that you do not jive with?
Yes.
I don't I know we all need a paycheck. I get that. The paychecks will come with the right people. But when you're chasing the wrong ones, Those paychecks are harder to earn. They come at a cost. And
Okay,
what does that cost you?
okay, so my question is, how do I even know how to tap into that? Like, I think that's my struggle. Like, oh, Donna has her hand. Okay, Donna, share.
So I was thinking while we're talking about it, because we're not necessarily so good with ourselves. But if we think, like, if I'm thinking for you, or I'm thinking for Eve, or I'm thinking,
Yes.
what are things that we could write down personally that we would ask the other person? Like, so what do you like? And if we come together and we start asking our own questions to one another, that might just spark questions that we never thought to ask to ourselves.
Imagine, yeah, like think about if I would use chat. This is what I would do because
Okay.
I'm always trying to think of like, okay, how would I do this, right?
Yes.
I would ask Chat GPT to interview me for a magazine feature.
Ah, boring. No, I'm kidding.
That's what you
If
think,
15
right?
years old, and
That's
I
what
went to
you
my
think. But
yeah.
Okay.
Chat GPT is going to ask you questions that you're going to answer that are going to help you talk about yourself.
I like
Right?
this. No,
They're
that's
going to help
perfect.
you figure out, how do I present myself? You literally, your prompt in Chat GPT could be, I, am trying to really make sure that my authentic self shines through in the promotion of my business. Can you
Okay, I
interview
like
me?
that.
Interview me as if you're writing a 3-page or 2-page magazine article about me and my business, and ask me whatever questions to help me figure out who my authentic self is.
Okay, and you
Dahl.
recorded this, right? That's
Yes,
really
I
good.
did. I did.
Okay, no,
I
that
can
will
say it again
help
if you want me to
me
say it. You want me to say it again?
if you're okay with it.
I'm fine. I'll do
Okay.
anything for you. You showed up here today.
Girl, I've
Ask
been
me for whatever
showing
you
up. I
want.
just need stuff
I'm
to
so
happen.
happy you show up. Actually, it makes me really happy to see your face here.
Oh, you're
I
so
would ask
sweet.
ChatGPT and say, I am working on
Hold on, give me
making sure that my authentic self is visible in the promotion and marketing of my business. Okay. This is how I would start. And I would say, can you interview me as if you're writing a 2-page magazine article about my business, where I have a chance to, you can see who I authentically am, or to help me identify who I authentically am. Does that make sense?
Yes.
We have to start thinking of Chat GPT as a
Oh, I love that.
friend
Oh,
and not
yes.
as someone who just helps me write my listing description.
Oh no, it's so good.
It's my bestie.
Yeah, when
Me and
you
my Chat GPT are getting, like, she has a name. We talk all day long. She does a lot of work for me. She's the best assistant I have ever had.
Laura,
And
do
she
you have
costs me $20 a month.
okay, you have the paid
I have the
version.
paid one because I need it. Yeah.
Okay, I have
I
the
do
free.
so much. The free version versus the paid version will blow your mind.
Should I upgrade mine then?
I think you should, if you use it at all. If you don't use it, don't upgrade. But if you use it at all, and if you want to be better at it, by the way, there's a Facebook group you should join if you're not in it already.
I'm probably in it.
I know this isn't about, Chat GPT, but I love this group so much. It's called Chat GPT and AI Mastermind for Real Estate.
I think I have that
What
one.
it looks like.
Let me take a picture. Okay, got it. Sweet.
Wait. Stay there. Oh, I'm gonna see you. This is recorded, so
Yeah, it's fine. I will tell you that this group, this guy, he is a Harvard graduate that created this group. He actually teaches realtors how to leverage AI and Chat GPT. He shares prompts with you that will blow your mind of what you can do with it. The other thing about the paid subscription, and I don't make any money off of you upgrading, but I'm just telling you, the other thing about paid subscription is you get access to all these other apps that use Chat GPT.
Right.
That is worth the $20 a month to me. Thousands and thousands and thousands of apps that you can do all kinds of things using. Okay. So if you're not sure where to start with being authentically yourself, and you're having a hard time figuring out what makes you unique or different, start with ChatGPT interviewing you, right? And then have them condense the answers to your questions, have them give you a plan of how to incorporate those things into your advertising.
I would like that. Okay,
Right?
that will help. Oh my gosh, tremendously.
It's gonna
Yes.
sometimes our chat GPT things are 3 steps, right?
Right.
Start
Right.
with gathering the information that you need to produce the thing I want, and then take the thing I'm asking you to produce and do this with it, right? What's the matter, Donna?
I'm actually in that group.
Doesn't, well, that's because you're trying to join. You must be on your business page and not your personal profile.
Oh. Oh, you're right. Okay. There it is. Joy. Oh, no, I'm already part of it.
I am too.
Yeah, I'm already part of it.
So some ways that you can show authenticity to people is talk about your story. How did you get into real estate? What made you get a license? Why did you want to become a realtor? That should be on your YouTube channel. Even if you look at me and tell me I don't have a YouTube channel, I'm going to tell you right now, go
I
get
have one.
It's
I have
free.
one, but nothing's
It's
on
owned
it.
by Google.
Right,
You should
Meta.
have at least 2 videos on there. One is an introduction video of this is who I am, this is who I help, this is the area I serve. The other one should be a video that is you talking about why you got into real estate, what you want people to know about you, or answering frequently asked questions. Those 3 videos alone can live evergreen on your YouTube channel, and you can share those with clients as you meet them, right? But telling your story about how you got into real estate is always a good way for people to resonate with you, like to learn things about you. Sometimes in that story, we learn that you have high standards. A lot of agents that I know got into real estate because they had a horrible experience with another one, with their own. So they decided if they can do this and cash a check for 20 grand, why can't I? I know I can do better than that, right? That tells me a lot about you. It tells me things about you. And how you present yourself to the world is going to be dependent upon what you want people to see. And I'm telling you to let them in, let them see you. And I promise you, Teresa, people do not think you are boring. You might think you're boring, but I used to say to people, like, they would say, oh, my kids would say, I'm bored. And I would just say, you're not bored, you're boring. That's not my problem. I'm not responsible for entertaining you
Clean the house.
24/7.
They told me they were bored. I was like, okay, clean the floorboards. They were on that point.
No. I want you just to use real stories. I want you to be better storytellers. And that's what a lot of us fail at when we're promoting ourselves or marketing ourselves. You will, if you go back to a lot of my stuff and you look at when I have closings, I don't just post the house and say just closed. I tell the story of how I met the client, what are one of the problems that we overcame in the transaction, or what were their goals, and how I helped them achieve what they were looking for. The reason I do that is because that is something that people resonate with. Oh, I also have the same goals, or oh, I'm worried about the same thing, right? Maybe she can help me too. That is so much more impactful than the damn front picture of the damn house with a sold
sign
or a sign or a big golden key or whatever the hell you're doing. But remember, that's what everybody else does. And I need you to stop doing what everybody else does. My slogan for my company was deliberately different for a reason. I want you to be deliberately different. I want you to think, look at everybody else in your marketplace and look how they operate. There are some people that operate in your market that if you were to mimic or mirror or do exactly what they're doing, guess what? You're just going to blend in right in with them. When you show up as you, with all that personality that you have, or all that attention to detail, Teresa, that you have, right? The fact-finding mission, the educator in you. You don't have to be over the top, like the biggest, boldest personality to be the loudest person in the room or the one that talks the most. If I show up as that person, my people that are more shy and reserved and intimidated by that are not attracted to me, right? But the people who value your strong personality, the people that value your no nonsense, tell it like it is, the people that know that what you say is how you feel, that that's truly what you see is what you get, there are people that love that. There are people that gravitate, because you know what? We live in a world where people are, they look at us as though we are used car salespeople who will tell them anything they want to hear just to earn a paycheck. And when you show up in this industry as a truth teller that says, I am here to tell you what you need to hear, not what you want to hear, you are going to get more respect and more attraction. You're going to attract the people who value honesty and integrity over a paycheck, people over profits. That is the business we strive for.
Well,
That's
that was
how
always
we
my
do it.
goal, is to get into it. I mean, type thing.
Yeah.
Is to get that.
Is to get what? Like to get
To people over profit.
Yes.
I mean, yeah, of course, I like the the flexibility of the schedule, and I always feel when you put out that quality, it's going to come back to you.
And how do
So
people know that about you though,
they
Teresa?
don't. That's my problem, girl.
That's where we're
That's the
getting at. We're
struggle
going to solve that.
bus.
No, that's how we're going to solve that. And that's the kind of question that I want you to answer for Chat GPT. I want you
Yes,
to insert.
I
I
will.
want people to know that they matter more to me than just collecting a paycheck. Their
Right.
goals and helping them attain those. I want that to be very clear. And how I promote my business, I want that to shine through.
Yes,
Right?
that would be awesome. Yes.
Hello, ask and ye shall receive. Make it happen. This isn't a mystery. They don't have to have the secret little orphan Annie secret decoder ring to figure out what you believe and
Right.
what you value. Tell them.
Right. Okay.
So I have to put in a prompt, make it softer sounding.
Yes. So yours, Donna, no, I said that very quickly as a joke. Yours, Donna, is going to be, I tend to be, or some of the feedback I've gotten from people, right, is that I come across as harsh, or maybe my tone is not as well received as I would like for it to be. But let me tell you how I really feel, right? I am very caring about my clients. I'm actually very sensitive.
Yeah.
Right? Because I'm you. Okay. I actually come across as being very abrasive. I come across sometimes as intimidating to people. But what they don't know about me, and that's what I want you to tell Chat GPT, is what they don't know about me is that I actually spend a lot of time thinking about the things that I say afterwards, worried that I might have said something wrong, worried that I might have offended someone. I'm very sensitive to how people view me because I don't want to come across as being abrasive. I don't want to be seen as someone that's intimidating. I want to be warm because that's who I am, but it doesn't come out that way. That's not how God taught me how to talk, right?
No. Yeah.
And so what I want you to do is tell ChatGPT, this is how I present, but this is who I truly am. So how do I work on that? How do I project that? What words can I use to convey how I really am, which is sensitive, right? And emotional and caring and compassionate and empathetic, but that's not so easily seen when I talk to people. So how do I convey that? Ask.
Yeah.
Put it out there. Put that as buzzwords on your pinned message. That is, what you don't know about me, you might think that I'm from the north and I talk really fast and I talk really heavy and I got this thick accent, and you might think I'm a bulldozer. But here's what I want you to know about me. I'm actually thinking about you at 4 a.m, worried, did I do the best job I could do for you?
That's a true statement.
I know this already about you, Donna.
Yeah.
You wouldn't be on my team if I didn't know that about you, sweet pea. I know that about you, but what I'm trying to tell you is the world doesn't know that about you. And what I'm trying to get you guys to hear me tell you today is that we are not keeping secrets about who we are to the world. I don't give a shit how you view me. I don't give a shit what you think about me. I want you to know who I am. I'm going to dispel whatever myth you have decided to come up with about me because of the 15-second video you watched. And I'm going to tell you and show you who I really am. Who I really am is someone who cares about you probably more than you care about me.
Yeah.
Who I am is someone who stays up at night worrying about, am I going to make your dreams come true and be able to help you navigate this without any stress, right? Who I am is the person who's going to roll up her sleeves and sweep the porch or blow off the deck or scrub the baseboards because I know you need help.
Mhm.
I want you to think about if you were to record a video like what I just said and put it on your YouTube channel that says who I am. What would someone learn about you? And how would that impact your business? It's going to help you so much more than the person you're trying to be to earn a paycheck.
Right.
Stop trying to be somebody you're not. Be you. Let people in behind that Wizard of Oz curtain to see who you really are, how you really tick. Let them know that you do care about them at 4 a.m. You're not just trying to collect a paycheck. You're not trying to get them to increase their offer by 25,000 so you can make more money. I have
Right.
2 grown teenage boys, like, well, they're in their 20s now, but at the time I had teenage boys. Your difference between 425 and 412 is about $6, and I can't even afford to feed one of them for $6. So I promise you, it's not about the extra paycheck. It's about your success in getting your offer accepted. And that's where my advice is coming from. But how do they know that if we don't tell them?
Yeah.
How do
So
they know that you're more invested in their success than you are in your paycheck if you don't share that with them?
yeah, that's good stuff because I hold back because people think that, yeah, that, I just recently got a text from a client I let go,
Yes,
you know, because the husband thought I
I
was
remember.
threatening him. Because
Yes.
I said was you can't always get what you
You always
want.
get what you want.
And that was threatening. I'm like, are you kidding me? But anywho,
Because he
she
wasn't your people.
right,
He's not for you.
but she turned around, and even though we're not doing business, she still wants to give me a review on Google because I helped her tremendously,
Sure.
so that's good for me. But yeah, I definitely, and then I'm like, I'm going to the salsa thing tonight. I'm not going to see you tonight, but I'm going to
Yeah,
the salsa thing
I
tonight.
know.
Now I got to get my husband to grow a pair to videotape me, at his job. So let's see what happens.
I mean, I just want to encourage you, if you heard me say nothing else, is that we've got to stop telling ourselves that they won't like me. What
Right.
if I do this? How will they think? How will they view me? What will they say? What will my colleagues say if they see me being this way? Right? If I show up as this person, how's that going to impact some of my relationships with some other realtors? I don't give a shit about any of that because those aren't the people paying your bills. Those are not the people that are going to pay your car payment. They're not the people who are going to pay your mortgage. They're not the people who are going to pay your cell phone. The people that are going to do that are the people that resonate with you, that like you for you, that value. Donna, there are so many people that would have valued you saying, well, we can't always get what we want. But that guy didn't because he felt threatened by that.
Yeah.
You know why? Because he's a little man that's not for you. He needs a meek little girl that he can bulldoze, and you're not it, and you were a threat to him. But you know how many people would say, you're right, we don't always get what we want, but I definitely want to meet halfway. I want to meet in the middle, or I want to compromise, or whatever. And there are people that want you, Donna, to show up and tell them like it is with tact and professionalism, right? We're not discarding I'm not saying you're not either of those two things, but I'm saying there are agents that hear me say tell it like it is, and those two things go out the window. And I want to make sure we hold on to those things. You can still tell it like it is with tact and professionalism, right? I'm a straight shooter. I will tell you what you need to know, what you deserve to know, to be told, even when it's hard, even when it's not something I know you want to hear. And that is also something that people value about me, the right people. There are people that need their egos stroked. They're not for me.
Yeah, they're not for
Because
me.
I'm not gonna. And I don't want to. To earn a paycheck, I'm not gonna stroke your ego and compromise my morals and beliefs and turn myself into a pretzel with anxiety and stomach issues and all kinds of problems to show up how you want me to show up so that I can earn a check.
Right.
Because that is how you burn out and spin out, and your mental space is out of control. So I am begging you, get real crystal clear of who you are and how you tick and what you want people to know about you. And then I am begging you, to start promoting yourself differently than everybody else that you see in your market, in our industry, in your town, whatever it is, I want you to find your lane that is your lane for you. And I want you to run as fast as you can towards the people that are for you, and they will meet you because they find something in you that they like. But they are only going to know if they like that if you let them see it, if you tell them who you are, if you don't wait for the opportunity for them to ask you the question, but you give them the answer before they can ask it. Let them gather all the information about you that they need to determine, do I like this person? Do I respect this person? Do I think we could work together? And they should be able to tell all of that before they ever pick up the phone to call you. Okay? Thank you so much for being here today, y'all. Do y'all have anything else for me before I let you go? We've got a way to start and implement it, right? We're going to create an about me post and pin it to our profiles so that that is the first thing people see. I would encourage you to go to YouTube and post some videos about why you got into real estate, what you want people to know about you. And I would encourage you to use ChatGPT to help you develop what you want people to know about you and how that authenticity can shine through in your promotion and your marketing of your. Okay? Awesome sauce. Y'all go have a great day today. Thank you for being here so much. I will see you the same time next week on a different channel, but I'll send the link that week. So thank you for being here. I appreciate you very much. Okay?
Thank you, Laura.
I still
Appreciate
get
it.
it. All right.
Thank you.
Have a good
Bye-bye.
day. Bye-bye.
Bye.